We are eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. There is nothing that is off limits here. It is our desire to help you to realize that in every situation you can, if you want to, achieve a better focus and improve your point of attraction. We want to help you close that gap between the things that you have identified that you want. You've been doing it all of your life and even before. We want to help you to close that gap between that vibrational reality that you have done such a magnificent job of creating and what you are actually allowing yourself to realize in your moment-to-moment experience. When you make your transition into non-physical, that gap will close, and you will be an immediate realizer of all that you have expanded to be. But we don't think you should have to croak in order to be experiencing the benefit of what you've carved out. You came with such clarity and purpose. As source energy beings that you are, you came into this physical body intending to have a wonderful time and intending to experience things that would cause you as a creator to desire beyond anything that you had ever desired before. The expansion of the universe is about that. The evolution of all species is about that, you see. So you're doing such a good job of that. The variety that surrounds you causes you all day, every day, to launch rockets of desire. We call them rockets of desire because they shoot out of you, usually when you are not aware that you are shooting them off. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So you are honing the details of your life experience and asking for more all day, every day. And the larger part of you, that inner being part of you, that source energy part of you from whence you have come, who still remains fully focused in non-physical, becomes the full expanded version of every single thing that you think you would prefer beyond where you are. So your inner being is constantly holding that expanded, evolved space that you have carved out for all of us, holds it steady so that you may accomplish a vibrational frequency that equals the same. In other words, when life causes you to ask for more money, for more prosperity, you do, and it becomes a vibrational reality. But so many of you have been saying to us, as you have patiently listened to our explanation of these unseeable things, Abraham, I'll accept the vortex. Okay, but how do I get my money out of the vortex and into the bank? That's what I want to know. How does this reality that you are so excited about become something that I am excited about? And we say, right there is the answer to your question. You got to be excited about it before you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. It has to be meaningful to you to feel the thrill of the expanded idea. But that's not going to happen to you until you understand how it works. You got to understand that there always is a gap and that that's okay. You got to understand that there's contrast surrounding you all the time, and that's okay. You got to understand that when you're focused in opposition of something that you desire or something that you have become, and you don't feel good because you're focused in opposition, that that's okay. You've got to accept that negative emotion is all right because it's part of the process too. Your emotions let you know how near or far you are from the vibrational frequency of what you have already created. So we're not here to teach you how to create because you can't stop doing that. You're doing it all day, every day. You are becoming. And we're not here to convince you in our ability to know what you want because that's irrelevant to you. What we know and what we know about you is really irrelevant. Not important. It's not important. It's not important to you unless you want to be the full realizer of all that you have become. So when you cause us to expand, and you do all day, every day, when you cause us to expand and then you don't keep up with the expansion that you have created, you don't feel so good. And closing that gap is then an important part of the equation. And that's what we talk about. That's the value that we can be to you in helping you to realize your vibrational nature, your emotional guidance system, and how you can feel when you've closed the gap, or when you're closing the gap, when you're on the track, when you're moving in the direction of who you really are. You're not ever going to fully, in this physical body, realize the fullness of all that you've become, because you keep becoming faster than you can catch up. So you're not ever going to really close that gap until you make your transition into non-physical. But moving in the direction of who you've become is what a joyful life is. And moving in opposition to who you have become is what a miserable life is. So we want to talk to you about your joyful life. Yes? So what do you want to talk about? Oh, you've come with some things. It's a lot of trouble in this room. Standing on your chair doesn't help. We don't choose you from your waving of arms. We choose you, probably not going to choose you at all. We choose you because of your readiness, your vibrational proximity to who you really are and what you really want. It's going to be a fun day, a really fun day. It is our powerful desire that in these hours that we are together, you come to recognize that you stand in what we want to call your point of attraction. It's this vibrational, emotional, mood, atmosphere. It's what's going on with you. And if we can convince you that through life that you have a magnificent vibrational reality that has the potential of fully manifesting all the dollars you want, all the relationships you want, all of the material objects that you want, all of the conditions and circumstances and events and lifestyle, all of the lovely things that you want, that life has shown you that you would feel better in the having of, all of those magnificent manifestations can flow easily into your realization when you contour your mood or atmosphere in a way that does not oppose it. In other words, you can't want something that you doubt. You can't believe that you can't have something that you want and have it. So we'll be talking about that. We'll show you how to get to that place. It's so much easier than you have ever believed it to be. This business of creating your own vibrational atmosphere is so much fun, because with a little bit of attention to it, you can do a big shifting in your point of attraction. And when you do a shift, even a slight shift in what you are outputting vibrationally, the differences in what comes back to you is amazing. We want you to live happily ever after. We want you to understand that there is a path that you have set into motion, and that you are continuing to set into motion. And that when you figure out how to feel the vibe of your path, and you work consistently by focusing to be on that vibrational frequency, that the manifestational evidence will help you to know that you are right on your path. Being the deliberate creator of your own reality does not mean looking for the path. It means creating an atmosphere that allows you to see the path right beneath your feet. Do you believe that? Do you believe that Source is at your back? Do you believe that the well-being is really yours to be lived? If you don't, it's only because you've been depriving yourself of it, and you're letting the now reality contour your beliefs. We want you to believe in the laws of the universe as we know them to be. We want you to believe in your emotional guidance system as you feel it all day, every day. We want you to practice thinking and feeling on purpose until you can show yourself that you can feel outside of the conditions. That was one of the things that Esther enjoyed most about last evening's escapade. It was more funny to her than anything else. It wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't upheaval. It wasn't anything to condemn or blame. It was only a problem that required a solution. And that is the zest of life, you know. That's at the heart of becoming. Very often, your own source will lead you to a realization of a problem, because it is on the path toward the solution. If you don't bring a problem into focus, you sure are not going to bring a solution into focus. And without the two of them, you will not have expansion. So it's time to make peace with the contrast in general terms, and to accept that all really is well with you. Stop beating up on yourself. We're going to show you how to feel about you the way we feel about you. And when you start feeling about you the way we feel about you, the avalanche of stuff that's in your vortex will begin flowing into your experience in such a profound and magnificent way that you may very well say, stop the goodness, I can't take anymore. Nah, you're gluttons, you'll like it all. So over time, we've been explaining this to you in a lot of different ways. The primary thing that we began telling you is that step 1, step 2, step 3. Life causes you to do step 1, that's ask. The contrast causes you to ask, that's step 1. Step 2, source takes care of it. What you've asked for is completed vibrationally. It's the precursor to what you know in full manifestation. But step 2 is done. All is gathered for you to have everything you want. Step 3 is you got to become a vibrational match to what you want. You can't say, I want more money, step 1 and step 2, because we've got you covered. Step 1, step 2, done. And then you say, I don't have enough. I've never had enough. I don't know where it's going to come from. It's not here yet. You can't be in vibrational opposition to what you're asking for. And we know you say to us all the time, well, Abraham, how am I supposed to feel good about the things I want before I can see them and hear them and smell them and taste them and touch them? So we go on to explain to you, well, if you will accept that you've launched the rocket and it does exist. So we began talking about the vortex, wrote a whole book about it, waved Esther's arm around, pointed at this invisible thing on the floor. This is the vortex. You want to get in the vortex. That's where all your stuff is. You're very patient with us. Oh, the vortex, the vortex. How do we get in the vortex? How do we get in there? And we say, you got to believe about what's in there. And you say, well, it's hard to believe it because it's not out here where I am. Abraham, I accept that all my fortune is in the vortex, but how do I get it out of the vortex and into the bank? How do I turn these thoughts to things? How do they become manifested? Don't you see me? I am a physical, sensual being. I live in houses and I eat food and I drive cars. I am a person about the tangible, you say to us. I need tangible reality, not airy-fairy vortexual reality. I need reality that I can spend and sleep with and enjoy in all those ways. I want reality. And we say, first you must accept that you are vibrational. And then you must accept that everything is. And you are a translator. You are a translator. You don't know you are. You're so good at it. You don't know you're doing it. What you see is a vibrational translation. What you smell, what you hear, what you feel, what you taste, all vibrational translation. And that's a lot to get your thoughts around because you are perceiving your reality and everyone else is too. And you perceive your reality through the lens of your vibrational frequency. And that's what we want to help you to understand here today. Your emotions are the key to your understanding the vibrational lens or the lens through which you read the vibration of your being. So when we talk about what you want to talk about, which is how to get these things you desire into your actualized reality, we have to talk about your point of attraction, which is what you're doing vibrationally right here and now. You see, you launched a rocket, and the inner being part of you is holding the frequency of that. The inner being part of you has no resistance in its vibration because the inner being part of you has no doubt about you being able to create what you want. But when you have doubt, you are introducing resistance, and you know that feeling of doubt, you know that feeling of disappointment. Negative emotion always means you're not up to speed with the larger part of you, and the larger part of you includes everything that you've become right down to the last rocket that you just launched, you see. So if there's a gap between the vibration of who you really are and the vibration of who you are allowing yourself to be, given the habit of thought that you've got going all day, every day. That's what your beliefs are. Your beliefs are just thoughts you keep thinking. It's a vibration you continue to practice. As you continue to practice the vibration of, I don't have enough, you can't have enough, even though there's way enough in your vortex. But you're not letting it in because you're not allowing yourself to perceive it. So even though your path is coming right to your door and opportunities are around you at all times, it's like you've got your tuner of your radio dial set on a different station, and what you want is on a different station, and you're listening with all your might. You're giving it everything you've got. You're trying. You're offering effort, but it just won't pop for you because you're on the wrong frequency.